I remember years ago, everyone used to basically, I used to get ripped by the lads saying, oh, you're a bit of a dreamer, you. And like, that actually is what it was, because I seen things that I wanted. When you were growing up, when I was a kid, there was no money. There was, you know, we were a one-parent family. So just had my mum, she had 3 jobs. Obviously doing as much work as she could to make ends meet. So that's basically where we, holes in our trainers, everything, you just didn't have a penny. Well, the biggest lesson, I'd say, is the biggest benefit, because the more mistakes you make, the less you're going to make moving on forward.
I remember the sickness was forever. I remember snuff videos, cold Septembers, the distances we covered, the fist fights on the beach, the busies round us up. Do it all again next week.
Fishing is big business, and anglers all around the world are looking for the best gear, service, and tips to better their experience. But what's it actually like to run a brand in this busy industry? Today we're at the beautiful Itcos Lake here in the south of France with pro angler Dave Levy and the RidgeMonkey CEO Paul Getty, the founder behind the fast growing company.
Well, Paul, we're finally at Itcos, and I've been looking forward to this trip all year, because even though we have the mayhem of like the Great Escape and things like that, once a year we actually go out and do a bit of fishing together, don't we?
Yeah, once a year's about best.
Once a year's about right.
Yeah.
It's all you can take of me. You know, like everyone knows RidgeMonkey, and probably most anglers, if you look through their kit, they'll own a bit of RidgeMonkey gear, or multiple bits like the pan, the power pack and all that. Stop looking for fish, you.
Look at my spots down there.
So everyone knows about RidgeMonkey, and we've seen it in the media, we've seen the Facebook and the Instagram pages. But what we want to know, and what people don't know, is what lies behind the company, what happens behind the scenes. So today, I'm here to let everyone know and pick your brains about how, when and why it all started. So if we go back to your childhood, you grew up in...
What are you going to go back there for?
Because we're going to start from the beginning, right? We're going to start from the beginning so we get the full Getty picture, right? So we go back to your childhood, and you grew up in Liverpool.
Yeah.
And what age did you start fishing at?
Like about 7 or 8.
Just float fishing and that?
Yeah, so we had Liverpool Airport, as you got some ponds down the farmers' fields around the back. So that's where we learned to fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, down there. Like fishing for perch, tench, stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah. They still there, them lakes?
Still there, yeah. Been filled in by the farmers, but we've still got fish in them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So what age did carp start to take your interest and you think, I want to go and fish for carp now?
It was actually about 95, 96. I started fishing for carp. One of my mates, Ivan, he's a carp angler, ended up dragging me along with him. And then from there, you just sort of like got addicted to it.
Yeah. So like, you got into your fishing. I mean, since then you've gone on to fish pretty much all over Europe.
All over
Europe, Euro Aqua,
yeah.
Parco. We're now at Itcos, but you fished all over the place, caught multiple big fish abroad. And is that what floats your boat? You know, like coming over here, good weather, massive fish,
Yeah,
relaxing.
I don't like to do 24 hours, 48 hours and things. If I'm going somewhere, I want to go for like a week, 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks. And basically just, that's me, that's I want to catch fish in them 2 or 3 weeks. So I'll go to venues where I know I'm going to get some activity and I'm going to catch fish in that short period, in that block period.
You'd rather do 2 or 3 big long sessions a year than fish every week, basically.
Yeah.
Whilst we're obviously here to learn more about RidgeMonkey, you can't visit a lake like this without wetting a line. It's mid-afternoon on day 1 and the lads are excited to explore the features and bait up. The weather's warm, spirits are high, and they're hoping for an action-packed few days ahead.
Paul, give me a little bit of background about what it's like growing up in Liverpool.
When you were growing up, when I was a kid, there was no money. There was, we were a one-parent family. So just had my mum, she had 3 jobs, obviously doing as much work as she could to make ends meet. So that's basically where the holes in our trainers, everything, you just didn't have a penny. So from there, that's probably where I've set my mind, where I don't want that for my own kids.
Yeah.
So sort of better myself by pushing through, doing something like this and giving me kids stability.
So you find that made you hungry for starting your own business, being a bit of an entrepreneur?
Yeah, I think as soon as I started it, I've had a few businesses before this, but I sort of got into it around about 2002.
Hold on, because you're jumping the gun here. I want to go back. So go right back. What was the first job you ever did then?
My first job I ever done? Freaking hell. I done joinery when I left school in a scheme, like a
work scheme.
Yeah, like a work scheme. I done that for a bit.
YTS, they'd have called it back then, I think, wasn't it, or something like that?
Yeah, I got sacked from there. and then from there, I got a job driving forklifts on an industrial site, and then it was sort of like a welder, flitted about between jobs. But I'm not one of them people who like getting told what to do, so my jobs don't last that long.
So it's fair to say you've always wanted to be your own boss anyway.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
How did RidgeMonkey come about? What was the first idea? When did someone say this is going to be a good idea, and what product come first?
Well, the first one was an air dry system, because basically you're putting everyone puts 5 kilos of boilies in a bag, and you can't get airflow to dry them properly. So my idea was to bring them into thin layers and dry your baits out a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So that was my first one I'd done, which is like a tiered system.
And that would have come from your fishing overseas, where you was getting bait going off and you needed to dry it. Yeah.
So when you were obviously going through a lot of bait, especially when you're going commercial venues, you're going through sometimes 80 kilo, 100 kilo bait in a week. You want to dry them.
Yeah.
Back then we were using throwing sticks to bait up, so you had to dry out for your throwing stick. So that's where that idea come from. And then basically the toaster pan was a bit of a mix between Gaffer. So Gaffer, who's obviously part of our team now, he's showed me this toaster pan, which was basically out about 20 odd years ago, maybe longer. And he said, "Be good if you do one of these. Want to bring one of these into fishing," and that's where it's sort of come from.
Well,
so
I actually remember that toaster pan, and I remember around that time there was a thing called a Diablo. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And it'd do you, I don't know even why I bought one, but it'd do you a cheese toasty that was
do a little tiny bit around the
size
bread,
of a tea bag, and I bought it, and I'd been using it not for very long, and then someone showed me the RidgeMonkey pan, and I thought, wow, I can actually eat a whole toasty. So yeah, that pan, I mean, it must have been crazy when you brought
changed changed everything for fishing, didn't it?
Did you foresee how big that pan was going to be?
No, when Gareth showed me it, I could see the benefits of it, and I thought, why hasn't no one actually brought this into fishing? Like, I'd be bonkers or something, because like, all you can never eat is cold stuff on the bank. So that's where it sort of come from. I was like, all right, so I bought 500 pieces, and had them air freighted over. Air freight was cheap then, not like now. So I had them air freighted over. Launched at the Carp show. I was liaising with Bev. I didn't even know how to set the stand up, but Bev was helping me organise a stand. So that was basically the launch. And by 12 o'clock on a Saturday, we'd sold out. And I was like, what the friggin' hell's this? And I was like, that's where it sort of come from.
From there, obviously, you went on to do multiple types of cookware, saucepans, small toasters to large toasters.
Well, I think from while we were launching the pan, the design for the power pack was already in progress then, because I was going to France for like a couple of weeks at a time, and there's nothing to charge your batteries on, or you get the big old lead acid batteries. So I was like, why hasn't no one done sort of like a battery pack for fishing? So again, speaking to Gareth, who started the company with us, he was like knowledgeable in batteries.
Gareth's quite an integral part of RidgeMonkey. He's sort of the unsung hero.
He's the unsung hero, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, you'd have to do lithium. I'm like, all right, we'll do lithium. So I went and designed the power pack. Gareth done the internals, and then that done the same as the pan. We were like,
I think this is at the time I met you.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
About the time I met you, I think there was 3 products.
It was about 3 then, but we had about 5 or 6 in design.
In the development, yeah.
With the trap set and everything in place, the waiting game begins. For a busy guy like Paul, downtime is rare, and so he's savouring the moment. As his culinary skills are put to the test, the 3 of us settle in for a chilled evening, a few beers and an early night. But it doesn't take long to break the calm.
Hey.
Yeah.
Right.
Got a second bite. We got it in this time, but not the monster we've come for, but it's the start, and it's always good to get off the mark. Only £28, but it always gives you a clue on how you want to go for the rest of the session, so you get a lot of clues from your first fish. Well, at £28, it's a lovely start to the week at Ichthus. And also, what's going to go on this week is we're going to delve into the mind of Paul Getty, the owner of RidgeMonkey, see where it all started and see where it's at. But right now, I'm going to get this fish back, get a little bit shut eye.
It's day 2, and the morning starts bright and warm. With the rod still quiet, the guys take the opportunity for a run whilst planning their next move. After only landing one single fish overnight and spotting carp in the adjacent side of the lake, a change of swims is on the cards.
Where did the name RidgeMonkey actually come from? Because it's not something like you would sort of immediately relate to fishing.
Well, first of all, it was called Monkey Innovations.
Right, okay.
And it was sort of like coming from like the Northern Monkey.
Basically quite a crap name, so I can see why you didn't go with it.
It was, like, it was coming from the monkey side of things, the Northern Monkeys. Like, so I was trying to keep that in because we were obviously Northerners.
Yeah.
But then we agreed that it didn't work. It wasn't the right name for it. And then I was working with one of the designers, John, who actually developed the branding for us. And we liked the monkey part. We wanted to keep the monkey part. He found the monkey face and started developing that. So he drew this up, drew the face up. We had monkey, and we couldn't think of anything else to put with it. But once we seen the monkey was on a mountain in the background, and we were like, well, I've always said that the brand will end up going to the outdoors because the products we're developing are for outdoors and not just for fishing.
Yeah.
Then we picked up Ridge, and that's where the brand got.
RidgeMonkey,
That's where it comes from, yeah.
So now, when we look at the product range within RidgeMonkey, you know, they've got end tackle lines, cookware, clothing. It's really sort of flown. It's become, you know, right at the forefront of carp fishing companies. But you did mention there the outdoors. That's something you're looking to go into.
Yes, it's not something that we're looking to go into. I think I realised from 2017 that it's going to come a lot faster than like years ago when we very first launched RidgeMonkey. I thought we're going to go to the outdoors at some point. Like that's how I was seeing the company, and then I was right. So as we got to 2017, we noticed that we're getting picked up by outdoor shops and social media. You can see where it's going. You're getting different people using the product all over the world in different places, in like home cooking, all van life type stuff, and you could see where it was going. So in 2017, we started building. It was literally early as that. We started building plans for the outdoors.
And is that going to be RidgeMonkey Outdoors?
That'll be RidgeMonkey Outdoors, yeah. Which will cover a lot more than just van life and camping. So it's going to build its own.
All that outdoor sort of stuff, like
it'll build its own range, yeah.
I've got a question for you then, like, and everyone must be saying, I have to ask Paul this. Why has everything got to be square?
so everything's got to be square because it fits. It fits in everything. So everything's round, and you try and put everything round into a bag, and you're losing space. So if you can actually, if everything's square and it fits in and stacks in nice, neater corners, it just actually works better.
So there was actually a method in your madness.
Yeah, but the reason that people don't like doing square is because it's so hard to tool. So that was the reason why probably companies just go for the easy option of having round. That's what I think.
I mean, I've spoke to you about this before, and one of your sort of passions that we've spoke about is you literally won't get anything off the shelf. You like to do everything from scratch because you want to provide something that no one else has got.
If there's something that's already made and it's really good but hasn't been brought into fishing, that will change fishing, then fine, bring it into fishing. But what I found is that everybody just sees a product on the shelf over in the Far East, rebrands it, brings it here and sells it, and that's not what I wanted to do. When I very first started developing, I realised that I was like, there wasn't very many doing it. Yeah. Everybody else was just grabbing products that we were getting sent products left, right and centre, and all I could have done is just stuck a badge on, bringing it back, sold it to customers, but that wasn't me, that's not what I wanted to do. It's not why we started the company, we wanted to start it to develop.
Basically, you could say you was thinking outside of the box.
Just thinking outside the box, and like even the throwing stick, we were like, what can we change about the throwing stick? There's loads of throwing sticks out again, they're all round. So next minute we started designing one where you could let more air in to let the boilie propel further, and that's where the throwing stick come from. So like everything was designed from scratch, even though there was a throwing stick out there. Like that's where we wanted to go. We wanted to design our own side of things.
Confidence is high, and it doesn't take long for the action to start.
What?
Day 3, and the move was definitely the right choice. Several fish throughout the night gives a much needed boost to both Dave and Paul.
Well, bite first thing this morning, just under 57 pound, and this fish really fought. Hooked it off of a 23-foot deep spot on a Ronnie rig with a white pop-up, and that's my first bite off of that spot. Been a few fish every morning, and me and Paul were saying if the deep rods go, we think it's going to be in the mornings when it's a bit chillier, and we proved right. But this thing fought so hard, had it on for absolutely ages. Old Warrior splitting its tail, but yeah, well pleased with this. As starts today's go, that's a pretty good one, and today is Wednesday, and in true tradition of RidgeMonkey, we're going to have a wonky Wednesday, which means I'm going to get a few drinks. Thank you, my darling. Au revoir. When you're not working, Paul, what do you do for fun generally on a day-to-day thing, like in a week? What do you do to get a bit of downtime?
Isn't any?
No, would you say running a business, like to make it work,
You've got to graft.
you've
You've got to graft your ass off 24/7.
I mean, I'll often message you and you're in the office and it's a Sunday and you're answering emails, talking to China.
Yeah.
Would you say that, like, literally that hard work, that's where it's all at? Without that, nothing goes on from it.
That's it. You just got to keep up. There's only one person who's going to be doing that 24/7 work, and that's yourself.
Okay.
I think, like, in them 10 years, I think the only time I haven't had a laptop with me is when I went climbing Mont Blanc.
Yeah.
I was 5 days away with two of my friends, and that was the only time I never had a laptop. And I was actually thinking, where's my laptop? I was a bit panicky for having your laptop with
you.
You
hit upon something there. You climbed Mont Blanc.
We've done like a tour of Mont Blanc. I wasn't
Yeah.
climbing Mont Blanc.
But
We sort of go around.
Is that something you enjoyed? You do it often?
Love it, yeah.
I know you're often
Yeah, we
in
love
the
the lakes,
hills.
yeah.
Yeah.
But that's the best thing for keeping your mind clean. Definitely for going long walks, runs, training. That's my downtime.
Is it? Do you use that to, I know it sounds crazy to people that probably don't go to the gym a lot, but is that how you relax?
Yeah, that's your de-stress, yeah. It's your
Yeah.
time. It's your time, especially running's brilliant for clearing your head. So running, hiking, walking, climbing, even going to the gym and doing strength work.
Yeah.
Like it just takes your mind off it all.
Yeah.
Even though you still get battered when you go in the gym.
Well, I know you do love an early morning. Most of your days start at what, 4:30?
4 o'clock.
Yeah.
4 o'clock for some reason I can sleep and have a lie in when I go fishing. Like, you seen me this morning, I was in bed till 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
I could never stay in bed like that at home. I could maybe get to 5, 6 o'clock, but not a chance would I be able to stay in bed till 8 o'clock.
Well, I remember when I first started working for RidgeMonkey and you'd drop me a text at like 4:20. And I remember one day going to you, look, what is up with you? It's the middle of the night. and you said, well, you don't have to answer it till after 7.
Yeah. Well, I switch my phone off now about 8 o'clock. But anyone who messages me after 8 o'clock are getting it at 4 o'clock in the morning, whether they like it or not.
So Paul, since becoming a CEO of a company and running it all yourself, what's the biggest lesson you've learned personally since doing that? You know, from all the other stuff you've had in the past to getting to where you are now, what's the biggest lesson you've learned? If you could go back from the beginning now and start RidgeMonkey again, is there any mistakes you've made that you think, do you know what, I wouldn't do that, I'd do it this way? What's the biggest lesson you've had?
Well, the biggest lesson, I'd say, is the biggest benefit, because the more mistakes you make, the less you're going to make moving on forward. So
Right.
for me, I'd say them mistakes that we've made in the early days have benefited now, later on in the years.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to make mistakes and don't be worried about them.
Yeah.
And basically embrace them mistakes, because you're not going to make them again as you're moving on. Like now we're going to be launching the outdoors next year. We've learnt all the mistakes we've done in the past, and now we know how to do it properly for going forward. So I'd say mistakes are good. Mistakes are there to learn you, and because you won't do them again.
Paul, what motivates you? What gets you up in the morning? What's your main motivation?
That's a hard one.
Are you on autopilot?
Yeah, there's not really a motivation side. It's just like you just get up and do it.
Yeah.
So it's not like you have to motivate yourself. It's just you're just like that.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? You're not like...
You're rather disciplined rather than motivated.
Yeah. So like, even like when Lindsay shouts at me and says, will you just get some downtime or something like that, and I'm like, yeah.
Who's Lindsay?
Goes out my head, and Lindsay's our commercial director. We've got Lindsay, Paul Roberts, which we call Rob, because there's two Pauls, so we call him Rob.
Yeah.
So there's two directors, Lindsay and Rob. They were like, no one knows them in the company. They're sort of like the back end, and do all the important stuff, which nobody sees.
Robbo normally gets onto me for receipts because he's obviously in accounts, but Lindsay, I just get scared when she messages me. I'd rather deal with you than her.
Would you?
Yeah. But so how many employees are there now at RidgeMonkey?
It's probably about 20. I think we had more, but through COVID and that, we learned to like slow down on staff. So we let quite a few go.
Yeah.
Tighten the ship a bit. Basically staff we didn't really need, and we haven't missed since they've gone. So for us, it was a good thing.
Yeah. Seen the positive from it.
Seen the positive from it, yeah.
And then you've got all the staff, and then with multiple teams now. You've got RidgeMonkey France, RidgeMonkey Spain, RidgeMonkey Italy, and you've got anglers all over the world using the kit now, and obviously feeding into that main hub. You must get lots of ideas brought to you.
Yeah, you get loads.
Yeah.
You get loads, and it's a bit of a shame sometimes, because like, look, there's a lot of people come up with the same ideas, so you'll probably get like, they'll see something and they want to tweak it and say this, and you keep on getting a lot of ideas like that, which is a shame, because people have got good ideas, but it's that one that you're looking for, which is special, like the Ziggo.
Yeah.
So like, you're looking for something special. You're not looking for somebody who's just got something to tweak it and make it
almost typical of RidgeMonkey. You're looking to think outside the box, or in your case, the square.
Yeah, it is though.
Yeah.
It's like we've got like a new spawn concept coming. Like, we wouldn't just take on any spawn concept. Like, this has got something unique about it. And hopefully if it all works and all goes to plan, it could be huge. It could be a game changer for people who do use the spawn, and that's what we're looking for. Something that's going to change something. Yeah. And not just going to be...
Not just reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
These quiet moments are like gold for a busy mind like Paul's. But work never stops. And whilst Paul scrolls through emails, Dave is out on the hunt.
Well, it's trickier than I thought it was going to be, but I did know this lake was tricky. So I came here a few years back and caught 5 fish in a week. There's some areas on this lake that really hold a lot of carp because they've got shallow bars in. So if you're in one of them areas where the bars are, it can seem quite easy, but if you're not, you're in 32 foot of water, and obviously if you've got 32 foot of water in front of you, there's not a lot of area to fish, and the fish ain't getting caught down there. The guys who were on the bars are doing really well. But there's a few areas in front of our swim that are 24, 20 foot. We've managed to catch a carp off of that, and I've also managed to catch a carp off of what I've nicknamed the scrapyard bank. So I keep really still. Look behind us. They're massive. All of them are massive. Big fish they were. As you can see, I'm not chucking in loads of bait. Just a splash of bait.
With the mid-afternoon sun warming the horizon and bait on the spots, all is well in Peg 6. They say effort equals reward in both work and play, and it looks like Dave's persistence and tactics are truly paying off.
Check that out, 49.5 pounds, and a couple of hours after putting that bait down on the edge of that tree that I showed you, and me and Simon spotted them 5 big carp sitting in the tree. A lot of the fish are on the other side of the lake. There's literally hundreds over there. Me and Paul can only sit and watch people catch, but we've just stuck to our guns, baited our areas, and it's coming good. 3 nights in, 4 bites, 1 loss, 2 20s and a 49.
It's a great result for RidgeMonkey's top rod, otherwise known as golden balls. Itka's Burn is a collection of 3 lakes filled with big carp and sturgeon, fulfilling every angler's dream. The venue features spacious swims and holiday chalets, conveniently located just a stone's throw from local supermarkets and tackle shops. And for the guys, it's a perfect spot for a week of privacy, paired with an incredible fish stock that ensures continuous action.
I couldn't reel anymore. My tip eye was blocked with the fluff like this. Look, here it is. That's blocking my tip eye. Well done, Paul. Cheers, mate. 43, I reckon. Well, look at that chubby little Ictus carp, 38 pounds, who was just sitting there drinking a beer. Actually, I was drinking coffee and a beer, which is really weird. But yeah, the rod's gone. I've had this lovely 38. We're seeing plenty of fish out in the open water, but we're not getting any bites there. They're all coming from the edge where we spotted a load of crushed up shells, which the carp have clearly been eating. Yeah, and this was from the same spot as I caught the 49 from earlier, where I saw the 5 fish under the tree. But yeah, absolutely brilliant, beautiful fish, and having a lovely time here, apart from that gravel works going all the time over the back. The great thing about our new sling is the head end, you've got the reflectors, and on that end the zip comes right underneath the fish, so their nose don't get stuck in the corner, and it makes releasing them like that a whole lot easier. They ain't getting their nose stuck, and off she goes. Brilliant job. That's a lump. Empty this one. Right, firstly, I apologise for the sound in the background. That's the gravel works behind swim 6. If you ever fish it, you're going to get a good night's sleep. But same rod's gone again. Lovely 48-pound mirror. Proper good scrap. Long way they're coming in, so we're giving them a bit of recovery. But what a mega carp. We're now on our target, what we set for the week. Things are going really well. Excellent, well chuffed.
It's our last day here on Itcus, and whilst breaks like these are few and far between, they're always welcome, even if Paul hasn't tamed his monster yet. We sit down one last time to chat with the man behind the brand. But as they say, it ain't over till the fat lady sings.
Is there a hidden talent you've got that no one knows about? There must be something, and I know it ain't ballet, but somewhere inside you there's a hidden talent. What is it?
I don't know.
And you can't say robbing cars because you're from Liverpool.
I suppose it's just got an eye for making things work. I suppose that's the way I'm configured. I've got that creative mind where I can see how I want to create things.
Yeah.
So I'd say like my vision's probably my biggest asset.
Yeah.
Visions, and I remember years ago everyone used to I used to get ripped by the lads saying, "Oh, you're a bit of a dreamer, you," and like that actually is what it was, because I seen things that I wanted.
Yeah.
So it actually was right what they were saying, but my dreams started to become
reality.
Yeah. So yeah, suppose my vision's my biggest asset.
Who is Paul Getty in 5-10 years time? Where do you want to be in that time, like, and still just growing?
Well, what we've done with RidgeMonkey, it's basically restructured, so it's RidgeMonkey Group. That'll then own RidgeMonkey Angling, RidgeMonkey Outdoors, and 2 new companies which we're working on in the background. So there'll be 4 companies under the group, which we've been working. One of them we've been working since 2019-18, which has got a lot of product already done. Hopefully after next year I can hopefully get started on it and we can start bringing that one out. There's another new brand that's going to be launching pretty much the same time as the Outdoors, which is somebody sort of brought an idea and a concept to us. We've invested in that, and we're going to help them push that company, which should be able to be sold in both outdoors and fishing as well.
So you've got a lot of big plans coming.
Yeah, there's a lot, yeah.
You're going to not have much downtime, are you, mate?
No, well, I think as you're building a good team around you, some of that pressure gets took off you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's the main thing, is building that team, getting it right. It was hard graft that.
Not worth it.
Yeah. Worth it, I'd say.
Well, check that out. Absolutely monumental boat battle, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, it was heavy.
Literally pulled Paul's arms off, and this is what we come here for, to catch some big carp. It's been a brilliant week, and I hope you've enjoyed finding out a little bit more about this man, and we'll see you soon on the next adventure with RidgeMonkey.
You can give it a kiss.
No problem.